Today we will be reacting to my Premier League 2024-2025 predictions, and I made them early before the season started, so let's just say I was fairly accurate for most of them, I would say, but for some I got them quite wrong by quite a big margin, if I'm honest. Anyway, let's stop rambling, let's get straight into the video. So we're gonna start from 20th and we're gonna go all the way down to first place. So in 20th, I predicted Southampton. I got that right. Well, I mean, most people thought they would go down, for being honest. They had quite the awful season this year. I believe only winning around 2 or 3 matches, which is super bad. But yeah, they're heading right back down to the championship, and let's see how they do there, and maybe we will see them in 2 seasons time. In 19th, I predicted Ipswich Town, and I got this right as well, which is crazy because Ipswich came into the Premier League and I wanted them to stay up, but they did not. Unfortunately, they did not, but they did play some decent football. The results, as I always say, were not there as well. We had players like Delap performing quite well. He couldn't do it alone. He was scoring quite a few goals for Ipswich, just he can't carry them alone. Hopefully we see them in the Prem again in 2 seasons time as well. In 18th place, I had Leicester City, and I got that one right as well. And I mean, Leicester City, they have had quite the awful season, if we're being honest. Under Steve Cooper and under Ruud van Nistelrooy, it's not been good at all. Under Ruud van Nistelrooy, they only won 6 games and they lost 25 games. That is unbelievable. And they conceded 80 goals as well. Vardy, as we all know, it's his last season at Leicester. He's going to be moving to a new club, and he's been there through thick and thin with this club, so maybe we will see them in 2 seasons time. But if they're looking how they look right now, I don't know about that though. Now in 17th place, I put Nottingham Forest, and man, I was way off for that. Tottenham actually finished in 17th place. They had a horrible season. Sure, they won the Europa League, but Premier League form, it was not good. They did not perform as well, actually quite awful. I think that's Tottenham's worst finish in like a very, very long time. We haven't seen them finish there in a long time. Last time was probably in the 1900s, if I'm being honest. But yeah, Tottenham, they had a lot of injuries as well, so we could say that. But still, we could see with Arsenal did not use that as a excuse, and they finished 2nd. But yeah, Tottenham, not a good season for them, and with them winning the Europa League, they could probably get some signings in for this upcoming season, and maybe we will see them back around like the top 7 or so next season. But let's see how that goes. Now in 16th place, I predicted Everton, but Wolves finished in 16th place. So Wolves, they were actually pretty decent under the new manager. They improved, I would say, under Vitor Pereira. Cunha was really performing well for the club. He was literally their main man in that team. 15 goals, I believe he had, and over 5 assists. So pretty crazy, but the football they were playing just so nice. Little 1-2s here and there. I mean, Wolves could be losing another player. Ait Nouri, the left back, he could be going to Manchester City, and Cunha is gonna be going to Manchester United. And in 15th place, I put Brentford, but Manchester United finished there. We did not expect that at all. They had a horrible season under Ruben Amorim. I don't know what happened, but they won against City in around December time. After that, it just went all downhill. I don't know what they did over there, but players just did not seem to care. Højlund was not performing well. Garnacho, he was alright, but like his final product just wasn't there. In the final third, it just wasn't good. Bruno Fernandes basically carried this team in this season. Without him, I think they will possibly be relegated right now. That's how bad it was. But anyway, moving on to 14th, Bournemouth is who I put, but West Ham finished in 14th. I mean, they made some pretty decent signings with Todibo. They had like Somerville in there. Multiple signings. Those signings did not perform too well, for being honest, or well at all. Lopetegui got sacked earlier into the season. Graham Potter took place, and I mean, he moved West Ham slightly up the table. They were like 17th place or something at one point when I checked it, but yeah, they finished 14th place, which isn't too bad. I think some big signings are needed for this West Ham team in this next season. I know they spent a lot in the summer, but you're gonna have to get players that Graham Potter wants. And in 13th, I put Wolves, but Everton finished in 13th. Quite surprising. We saw Sean Dyche being, I don't know if he got sacked or he parted ways with the club, but I mean, it was not going well for them. They kept on getting draws. But then David Moyes came in, and wow, what a fantastic job he did. He literally bumped them up from like around 17th or 16th place all the way up to 13th, where they finished the season, and he had like the whole team playing pretty decent football. I don't think they conceded too many goals under him. Almost every single match under him, they conceded at least one goal, and they got some big wins as well under him, which is huge. So this next season is going to be probably, personally, what I think it's going to be a improvement from Everton. Now in 12th, I predicted Fulham, but Crystal Palace finished in 12th. Obviously, we all know they won the FA Cup against Man City, which is madness, absolute madness, but fully deserved. Eze being a very key player, scoring I think the only goal at that final. Mateta has been balling for the club. Just that whole team earlier in the season, they had some really bad spells in multiple matches, but after that they just regained form and they just started winning. Maybe a few draws in there, but the form was really stepping up, and full credit to Oliver Glasner. Like, he's done a fantastic job ever since he started his job at Crystal Palace. Now in 11th place, I put Brighton, but I was wrong. Fulham finished in 11th place, and Fulham, I mean, in multiple prediction videos, I put them as the most underrated team in the Premier League, or one of the most underrated teams. They had a very good left back in Robinson. He was probably one of the best left backs, or probably still is one of the best left backs at the moment in the Premier League. Just had Berga, I think is how you say his name. His progressive passes were very good in that midfield. Fantastic signing. What a steal of a signing. We had Muniz, who we saw him drop off a little bit in terms of goal scoring form. Marco Silva still did a pretty good job with this Fulham team. In 10th place, I predicted Crystal Palace, but Brentford finished in that place, and Thomas Frank has done it again. He's finished 10th place with Brentford. That's a pretty big achievement in the top half of the table. And Mbeumo, I believe, getting 20 goals. Wissa getting 20 goals as well. It's incredible. Both those players, I mean, Mbeumo is linked with a move to Manchester United, and I believe he has said yes. So one of their key players can be leaving, and possibly if Ange gets sacked at Tottenham, we maybe could be seeing Thomas Frank taking that job, but we see what happens there. But I mean, Brentford, ever since they came into the Prem, they've been quite a good side. That's what I think personally. Now in 9th place, I put Chelsea, and man, I was wrong. Bournemouth finished in 9th. Earlier on into the season, they were actually looking to break into the top 5 or top 4. They were really pushing for it, but the form just dropped off slightly, and they kind of lost the track to get into Europe. It was a big gap between like 7th and like 10th was where they were at that current moment, and it's unfortunate because multiple players were doing very well in that team. We had Dean Huijsen, who was probably the most looked at young center back. He's now been picked out by Real Madrid, and Semenyo could potentially be looked at by Arsenal. Maybe he will make a move, but I mean, that team overall earlier into the season, they had some huge wins against Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, just great performances, but they finished in 9th. Now in 8th place, I put West Ham, due to the signings mainly, but it did not plan out like that. Brighton finished in 8th place, and with Fabian Huitzler coming into the club being a coach, I thought they would finish a little bit lower, but they did do pretty well. For being honest, like the football they were playing was phenomenal. In the last half, I believe, of the season, we had João Pedro getting 10 plus goal involvements. We had Welbeck 10 plus goal involvements, and Mitoma as well. I believe that's the first time ever 3 Brighton players have gotten that many goal contributions in a Premier League season. So they've broken a record already. But the football they were playing was very unique and very nice. We had like players who were kind of breaking out, like Baleba Verbergen, who's probably moving right now. He's going to be moving to a new club possibly. But yeah, overall pretty decent season from Brighton. Now in 7th place, I had Newcastle. I was wrong about that. But Nottingham Forest actually finished in 7th. They had a little bit of a drop off. They were literally 2nd place, like game week 30. I believe they were like around 2nd or 3rd place, but they dropped off massively in terms of form. They were probably one of the best defensive teams in the league as well. Attacking wise, pretty decent as well, but that low block caused so many problems for so many clubs. Like Liverpool were struggling against it, Arsenal was struggling against it, Man City, they just knew how to close off a defense, and their counter-attacking ability was crazy because they had Elanga there, they had Hudson-Odoi, and then you have Chris Wood in the middle who got like 20 plus goals in this Premier League season. The first time ever by a Nottingham Forest player, and he's now the club's top goal scorer as well. And man, oh man, did I get this wrong. In 6th place, I put Manchester United. What was I thinking? They finished in like 17th or 15th place. Aston Villa finished in 6th place. They had I would say pretty decent season. Overall, great signings coming in. Onana, but you had Watkins kind of slowing down in terms of goals and assists. Like last season, he won the Playmaker of the Season award as he got the top assists, but he slowed down a little bit. But we saw a breakout player as well in Morgan Rogers. I mean, wow, what a fantastic young talent coming from the Man City Academy as well. I can't wait to watch him next season as well. But overall, this Aston Villa team has just a really solid team. Unfortunately, they did miss on Champions League football. I mean, Unai Emery is gonna miss that for sure. In 5th place, I put Tottenham. What was I doing once again over here? I thought they had an overall very good team, but they finished in 17th place, so it did not go too well. But Newcastle finished in 5th place, and Newcastle very good. I think in this last half of the season, I think the first half they started a little bit slow, but the second half was a lot better. You had Isak just doing what he does, back-to-back seasons, getting 20 plus goals. What a striker, man. He just reminds me so much of Henry. You had that midfield in Newcastle, Joe Linton, Bruno Guimaraes, and Tonali. Those guys are absolute engines in that midfield, like unbelievable. Just that defense I think needs fixing for Newcastle, and potentially they do need a right winger as well in this upcoming summer transfer window. But yeah, Champions League football for them, which means they will get the funds which they can now spend in the summer. So that's a huge achievement for Newcastle, being back in the Champions League. And in 4th place, I predicted Liverpool. Most of these I got wrong if we're being honest, but Chelsea finished in 4th place. Earlier into the season, they were actually down to like 9th or 8th. I honestly thought they would stay around there. They were struggling when they were in that like kind of area in that place, but they somehow picked it up. Nico Jackson, he had a few goals here and there, but he missed a lot of chances as well. We have Madueke, who I think was doing pretty well this season. Sancho was alright as well. Sancho will not be continuing as well at Chelsea, so he's gonna be at another club, not sure what club yet. But I think one of Chelsea's outstanding players this season has been Casiado. He's been probably one of the best DMs in the whole Premier League season. Like very, very solid player. Now in third place, I predicted Aston Villa, but actually Man City finished in third place. I mean, they started the season quite rough, if we were being honest, like they usually do. I mean, they have an aging squad. They have Bernardo Silva in there, John Stones in there, who's getting up there in age. Rodri got injured against Arsenal, so that was the season done for him. Unfortunately, they missed a key player in Rodri. Like, he just keeps the team ticking, but they needed a player who could just come in and just help with goals and assists. So they had Marmoush come in and he helped out massively, scored some absolute bangers. He got a goal of the season as well. That absolute rocket was incredible. I mean, defensively earlier into the season they were struggling a lot, but they made some defensive signings and yeah, they kind of fixed up. So I'm expecting next season for them to really contend for the title again, because they're literally going for Reinders, they're going for Cherokee, they're going for Ait Nouri from Wolves. So yeah, Man City will be ready to compete for the title again. In second place, I put Man City, but Arsenal finished in second place. Another second place for Arsenal, third season in a row. We got kind of close to first place, but we just lost Liverpool at that point. They went clear like 13 points at one point. Yeah, it was long gone, but I think the outstanding players from this season were Declan Rice. Timber has been very underrated as well. Like, he's been locking out multiple players. What can I say? It's been a rough season for Arsenal, not getting first. Again, Odegaard, he had a little bit of a rough season as well. Saka getting injured earlier into the season. Odegaard getting injured. Just the injuries absolutely killed us. Then we had Gabriel injured as well, like around March time. So I can't say I'm not happy finishing second place. We got Champions League football, but still, you want to win the Premier League trophy. Anyway, first spot, I went for Arsenal. I thought with the fully fit squad, I thought we would go on and win it, but injuries stuffed us. Odegaard being injured, Saka being injured, bit of a rough one. But Liverpool, they finished first and they fully deserved it, for being honest. Salah, unreal season, player of the season, fully deserved. I mean, top goal scorer as well, golden boot for him. He was just phenomenal in that first half of the season. Unbelievable player. That team overall was very good. Like, Van Dijk was probably in some of his top form as well. Trent with his assists was pretty good as well. McAllister, I think one of the most underrated players as well. Arne Slot had Gravenberch playing in that number 6 role, which was probably the first time in his career he's played the number 6, and he played it very well. Very underrated as well. Ball carrier, very good. Passing ability, great. Could strike the ball as well. Just that midfield just seemed like revitalized, if you want to say. You had Szoboszlai in there, you had McAllister, you had Gravenberch, just completely new midfield, and that really worked for them. Striker wise, we had Jota. I think he didn't play too many games. Nunez, what can I say about him? He came in with some very clutch goals, but his misses were something else, man, something else. Diaz, I think he started pretty well earlier into the season, just further into the season he kind of dropped off in terms of his form. But Liverpool fully deserved the title, for being honest. And yeah, let's see what happens next season with who finishes in the top 4. We will have a video coming out for that probably next week. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.